Okay, trumpets, today we're going to learn how to set up and take care of your trumpet. So first things first, put your case, I have a trumpet in here, be gentle with it even when it's in the case, but put it, when you're setting it up, put it on a flat surface like I have here. Then make sure it's facing the right way. Again, with most instruments, the smaller part of the case should be on top because the instrument's going to rest in the larger part of the case. Okay? So I'm going to unlatch this trumpet case, open it up, and it's pretty simple. You're only going to have two parts. You're going to have a mouthpiece, and you're going to have an instrument. Okay? So when I take it out of the case, don't pick it up by the valves. Okay? These valves are what makes it work. They're the moving part in here. Mine are a little sticky right now, but I'm going to show you how to fix that. But if you pick them up like this, it's going to push into the valve casing, and then it's going to lower the life of them. So I would you can pick it up by the bell like this. You could pick it up by the front part. I would prefer you pick it up by the bell. Okay, pick it up really gently by the bell. Close the case. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put the mouthpiece gently in here. Don't smack it. Some people like to do a little twist to secure it, and then you can twist it out. I don't usually do that. Just set it gently in here. Don't jam it in there. You don't need to jam it in there. That's how you get stuck mouthpieces, okay? That's how you set up the trumpet. It's pretty easy. We'll teach you how to hold it in another video, but that's how I set it up. To clean it, or to put it away, take the mouthpiece off. You can rinse the mouthpiece. You can wipe it off with a cloth. The nice thing about these brass instruments is you can soak them all in water. Now you probably don't have to soak it every single time, after every single time you play. You may want to run some water through it once a week. Clean your mouthpiece once a week. You can scrub it with soap and water. And then deep cleaning for these things, probably once every month or two. And you just set them in a lukewarm bath, not hot, because it'll take the beautiful varnish off of these trumpets, and just soak it in there. You can take all the slides out. And actually, I'm going to take this opportunity to show you the slides and a little bit about how this trumpet works. So let me slide this over here. Actually, let me put this case on the ground. Oh, and one thing, after you finish playing, you have these spit valves right here. And you're going to just open them up, put your mouth over, and blow it out onto the floor, not onto your buddy, or outside if you're in your house and your parents don't want condensation on the carpet. And do them one at a time. And the condensation from your breath from playing will come out of those. And you want to do that after you play. Sometimes you want to do it in the middle of you playing. Another thing you can do is take out the slides. So here's my main slide. Comes off, this is the lead pipe. Comes all the way down here to the main slide, and I can take this off. I can shake it out if I've been playing. Okay, each valve right here, these are the three valves. They're numbered. If you're looking down the trumpet, this is number 1, this is number 2, ooh, this is number 2. Number 2 is a bit sticky, and this is number 3. And they each have their own slides. So this is my third valve slide. Third valve is the longest slide. So I can pop that out, and I can shake it out and clean it. My second valve is my shortest slide, and this one is stuck right now. It's okay. And then my first valve slide is right here, and I can pop it off. Now to maintain these slides, I don't have slide oil right now, so I'm going to use valve oil. I'm not going to use valve oil, but I'm going to pretend I have valve oil. So the slide oil, the usual stuff I get is red, but it comes in different colors. It's a little thicker. This is a little runny. The slide oil is really thick, so you just put a little dab on here, and then stick it in the slide like this and rub it around, and that coats it with, not only does it lubricate it so it can go in, but it also protects the metal and extends the life of the trumpet. So I would do those probably once a week or every 2 weeks, just a little dab on each, swirl it around just to keep your trumpet in good shape. Okay, and you can do that with every single one. You can also put it on, rub it on with a cloth, or do it with your fingers. And then you'll put the valves back on. And once they're oiled and lubricated, they should, or grease, that's what it's called, grease. It should be good to go. Okay, now the main thing that's going to be an issue for you are your valves. Okay, and these valves, they unscrew, and they're each specific to what valve they come from. So I just took out valve number 1, the one closest to the mouth. And you can see that it has a little number 1 on it right here. That's a number 1. Okay, now all these valves are different, but what they do is they press down and then they reroute the air through these different holes and different tubes. Okay, now sometimes they get a little sticky, so what you're going to do is you're going to take valve oil, and you're just going to put a little dab on it, and it'll run down, and I like to just twist it and put a couple drops on there. And then what I do is I put it back in the trumpet, I swirl it around, and I make sure it lines up correctly. If it's not lined up correctly, so I just put it in backwards, you're not going to get any sound out of the trumpet. Okay, listen to this. No sound. So that means my valve, I either have the wrong valve in or I've put it in backwards. So for mine, the number on the valve has to face you. So I put it facing me. So I got the number 1 right here, and I put it in, and it should have a little mechanism where it locks and doesn't move, and then I screw it back in. And now this valve is good to go. Okay, my second valve, you can see it's sticky. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take it out. I'm going to have to oil it. And I'll show you just a quick, you can just pop it up like this and then drip it down. 1, 2, 3 drops, that's probably all I need. And then I just move it around in here, make sure I get the valve oil all in there, and make sure I'm aligned correctly. And this should work if it's not damaged in another way. Let's see. So it's a little slow. I might need to put a little more in. Here's a little trick. If you flip these upside down, these valves have little holes in them, so you can just drop a couple drops in there and swirl it around. And press, let it come down. That's for getting it done a little faster if you just need an emergency one, like if you're in the middle of playing and you're sticky and you don't want to take the whole trumpet apart, but it is better to take the trumpet apart and do it. So now you can see that valve is moving pretty fast. Okay, third one, little sticky too. Let's just try the quick one for the sake of the video. Move it around while I press it, and that valve is back up and running, and now all my valves are good. So that's how you take care of a trumpet. Quick recap. Valve oil for valves. Don't use too much. Slide grease for the slides. Do the valve oil whenever you're feeling sticky, or maybe if it's going to sit for a little while, do that to keep it in good shape. The slide grease, do that about once every 2 weeks. And then when you're going to fully wash it, you can wash the mouthpiece, wash that about once a week. And then if you're going to do a full wash, soak it in a lukewarm bath, not hot. Take all the slides out, and then just let it dry. You can do that once every 2 months or so. And that's how you take care of your trumpet.